Across London on 1458 AM and DAB, smart speaker, mobile app and LeicaRadio.com.
This is Leica Radio.
From the Sky News Centre at 9. Liz Truss will have a meeting with her new Chancellor later as the US President called the PM's economic strategy a mistake. Kwasi Kwarteng's mini-budget was poorly received by financial markets, leading to his sacking and Jeremy Hunt brought in to replace him. Joe Biden claims the fallout was predictable. Brothers Steve and Richard Lamport, who are butchers in Surrey, have always voted Conservative but fear what the PM will do next.
Bring back Boris, I reckon. If they stay as they are, they're doomed. Labour will just get in and then we'll go back to where we were.
I think there'll be a lot of similar places to this that are going to go under in the end. If it all carries on as it is, can't see them surviving, to be honest with you, including myself.
Meanwhile, it's reported the PM's new Chancellor is expected to delay the 1p cut to basic income tax. The Sunday Times says Jeremy Hunt is due to announce the latest U-turn, which will see the plans pushed back by a year to April 2024. The Home Secretary's unveiled plans for a major crackdown on protesters. Some of the measures will specifically target tactics used by environmental groups. A huge fire has broken out at the notorious Evin jail in Iran's capital, where political prisoners and anti-government activists are held. 8 people were injured in the unrest, which erupted after weeks of wider protests in the country. Sport, Tottenham are just 1 point behind Premier League leaders Arsenal after their 2-0 win against Everton. Manager Antonio Conte has praised the way his team has started the season.
We are showing stability. We are showing that we are a team that is difficult to play against us. This moment is a good result, but you know very well it's not really important in the way you start, but it's important the way you finish.
Wolves beat Nottingham Forest 1-0. It was goalless between Leicester and Crystal Palace, and Fulham against Bournemouth ended 1-1. Celtic thrashed Hibs 6-1 to extend their advantage at the top of the Scottish Premiership. That's the latest. I'm Tanya Snuggs.
Yes, sir. Memory foam? Madam. King size. Miss. Double frame? Yes, that one's pocket sprung. Very breathable.
Business is booming at Michael's Bed Store. He needs more staff for his dream team, as they're all working flat out.
Have you got it in a single? I'll just check for you.
Indeed can help him find great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews easily, all on Indeed. To start hiring, visit Indeed.com/try today.
Leica Radio and Leica Gold. Winner at the Signature Awards 2022 for Community Excellence. Thank you. Leica Radio Weather is brought to you by TravelUp.com. Our lowest prices are guaranteed only when you book directly through TravelUp.com or call 0207 580 5000.
Today's weather, sunny intervals and gentle breeze. In London and surrounding areas, top temperature 18 centigrade. Sunset is at 6:06 p.m.
Weather was brought to you by TravelUp.com. Our lowest prices are guaranteed only when you book directly through TravelUp.com.
Leica Radio.
Talking Points with Keith Vaz, celebrating diversity. Leica, London.
Leica Radio.
Good morning and welcome to the 132nd edition of Talking Points on Leica Radio with me, Keith Vaz. Thank you for joining us today, Sunday the 16th of October 2022. It's a sunny morning here in London, but heavy rains have been predicted for most parts of the UK next week, so make sure you are prepared for those unpredictable rains throughout the week. Happy birthday this week to Padmini Chumand, Max Daniels, Sahana Jaraseelam, and a special happy birthday to my dear friend, the Bollywood superstar Amitabh. Big B celebrated his 80th birthday this week. Having appeared in more than 200 Indian films in a career spanning over 5 decades, he is one of the greatest and most influential actors in the history of Indian cinema. I wish him a very happy birthday on this momentous occasion. In other news, in a rather unusual incident at an evidence session for the House of Lords Communication and Digital Committee, the humanoid robot artist Ada fell asleep in the middle of a session, after which her creator, Aidan Meller, was compelled to reset her. Communities in 3 Australian states have been ordered to evacuate as torrential rain brings major flooding. Parts of the country have received up to 4 times their average October rainfall in just 24 hours. At least 500 homes have been flooded. 1 person has died and another is missing as the disaster unfolds. On the programme today, my special guest is Anisha Vasani, a luxury wedding planner and consultant who is the creative director of Anisha Vasani Creates and has over 16 years of experience in the wedding industry. She will be joining us from central London and sharing her experiences in this rather unique yet a very important industry. From London, we're travelling to Leicester to interact with Meera Majithia, a branding and communications expert who is now also working as a qualified human design coach. With a wide-ranging career, she is now a qualified coach for budding female entrepreneurs. If there are any out there, make sure that you listen. Finally, we're heading back to North London to speak to our last guest, Meena Om, who has been a primary school teacher for over 10 years and started the Black Lotus meditation sessions for young adults. During the lockdown, we'll be talking to her about mental health concerns. But before all that, let's hear some music.
Talking Points with Keith Vaz, celebrating diversity. Leica, London.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I hope you enjoyed the music. My special guest on the programme today is Anisha Vasani, a luxury wedding planner and consultant who is the creative director of Anisha Vasani Creates, with over 16 years of experience in the wedding industry, including a decade as the editor of the UK's biggest Asian bridal publication, Asiana Wedding Magazine. Anisha is now a wedding planner with some of her most famous clients being Bollywood musicians Kanika Kapoor, radio host DJ Nev Spencer, and influencer Farial Khan. But she now has her own company after being the presenter of Inside BB Talks, a new media platform that she's got, which basically is there to help clients create their own brands. So weddings are still part of what she does, but she does so much more. Let's go over to central London and talk to Anisha Vasani. Good morning, Anisha.
Good morning, Keith. Thank you so much for having me on the programme today.
Thank you. It's early morning. Well, for me, it's 9 o'clock, so it's not that early. But you have been pursuing a unique career path. Tell us a little bit about the journey that brought you to the field of managing weddings.
So it all started when I became the editor of one of the biggest wedding publications, which many would know as Asiana Wedding Magazine. And I started obviously there as a bridal stylist. You know, I had the opportunity to work both in the editorial department and the fashion department, and was promoted as one of the youngest editors of the biggest wedding magazine at the time. And, you know, I used to do everything from curating the wedding content to styling and directing all the fashion shoots. And, you know, all of the wedding suppliers used to obviously advertise in our magazine. So I had access to everybody from the best, finest fashion designers to the best hair and makeup artists to caterers to cakes. And it just actually happened so that when I was the editor of Asiana, you know, Rishi Rich, music producer, actually asked me to plan his wedding. And I'd never planned one before, but he said, you know, Anisha, you know everybody, you've been in the industry for such a long time. It really makes sense for you to plan my wedding. I don't want anybody else. Please plan my wedding. And yeah, and that's how it started.
Now, wedding planning sometimes involves very unusual activities. Of all the weddings that you organised, tell me one that stands out in your mind, not so much for the success of it, because obviously you've been very successful, but something really unusual that the bride or groom asked you to do. What's the most unusual thing that you've seen at a wedding?
Oh, the most unusual thing is the bride or groom's entrance. We get the most random requests of, can we, you know, have an elephant? Can you arrange for our groom to make an entrance on an elephant? To can he land on a helicopter when there is no helicopter landing? Or, you know, can it be arranged for, you know, you to arrange a hot air balloon? So, you know, weddings have become so spectacular now in terms of the curation of it from start to finish. You know, it's the whole immersive experience that I think all couples want to ensure that they create for their guests. And we have the most randomest requests. You know, we want to get a Bollywood celebrity at the wedding, or we want to get, you know, one of my requests was we want Imran Khan to perform at the wedding. Can you arrange it? And nothing is impossible, Keith. You know, with Anisha Vasani Create, we don't say no to anything. Obviously, well, if we can't bring an elephant to a wedding, that's for sure, because that's not possible for us to do. It's very rarely that we say no. But yeah, we've done it, and we've done it, you know, really well. And we've just established great relationships with our couples, and we make it all possible wherever it is realistic.
Final question on weddings before we take a break. What's the shortest time that you've had to plan a wedding in? And what do you think, to our listeners who are ready to get married, what's the best time frame in order to arrange a marriage?
Well, we have, honestly, especially after the pandemic, with so much uncertainty, it really put a lot of pressure on us as a wedding industry, and especially as a wedding planner. You can plan a wedding within, obviously some people are not going to believe this, within 6 weeks. We have been given 6 weeks to come on. You know, couples have called us and said, we want you to plan our wedding, and it's in 6 weeks' time, and, you know, please, from start to finish. And we make it happen. You know, it is a lot of pressure on us and a lot of challenges that we face, because not all suppliers will be available, but we do turn it around. But the lead time that I would advise any couple is at least give yourself 1 year to 6 months at least, because there's just been so much backlog buyers from COVID that not a lot of people are available. Like, we're getting now bookings for 2024 and 2025, and we're finding couples having much longer engagement. So I would advise all my couples, if you do want to get married and plan a really beautiful wedding, giving you enough lead time that obviously that just takes the burden of the pressure off. Please give yourself at least 1 year to 6 months.
This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm having a very interesting wedding conversation with Anisha Vasani, who else, the editor of Asiana Wedding Magazine for almost a decade, and now with her own company. Join us after the break.
Leica Radio.
Mom, have you bought some of those delicious noodles?
You mean Coca, the king of noodles? Coca means delicious. Variety of flavors available in Coca Packet, Coca Cup and Coca Bowl noodles. suitable for vegetarians and halal approved. The king of noodles, Coca noodles, packets, cups and bowls, now available everywhere in the UK.
Public की जोरदार डिमांड पर मोस्ट रोमांटिक इवनिंग इज बैक. कड़क चाय पेश करते हैं इश्क करो, एन इवनिंग ऑफ गजल्स बाय तौसीफ अख्तर. संडे 13 नवंबर को हेज के बैक थिएटर में. पावर्ड बाय B4U म्यूजिक. टिकट्स फ्रॉम £15 फॉर सीट्स बुकिंग. प्लीज विजिट backtheatre.org.uk और कॉल 07850742143. टीवी पार्टनर्स B4U मूवीज. रेडियो पार्टनर लाइका रेडियो एंड लाइका गोल्ड. इश्क करो बाय तौसीफ अख्तर. ब्रॉट टू यू बाय समारा इवेंट्स UK.
Ria wishes you a happy Diwali. Sending money this Diwali to your loved ones in India. For a fast, safe and affordable service, use Ria Money Transfer. Send to any bank account, Paytm mobile wallet or cash at over 115,000 plus locations across India and collect in minutes. Find your nearest Ria agent or store and send today at great rates.
Dairy Valley wishes you happy Diwali. Celebrate your Diwali with Dairy Valley Pure Buffalo Milk Mithai. Look out for the Happy Diwali gift box in the Asian supermarkets near you. Dairy Valley Pure Buffalo Milk Mithai.
Hasu World now provides flight tickets to all the destinations as well as fit-to-fly RT-PCR tests. Visit hasuworld.com or call 0300 124 6500 for exclusive flight rates. ATOL protected.
जो खुशियाँ लाए दिल अपना भी मचल जाए. आओ यारो पास हमारे सैट को ही बुलाए, सैट को ही बुलाए. केटरिंग की दुनिया निराली, सैट को ने दी खुशहाली. सैट को की दुनिया है, सैट को से खुश घरवाली. सैट को ही बुलाए.
जहाँ जिंदगी वहाँ Satco microwave food containers.
Hello, Watford! Scoop Herb is coming to Watford, 178 St Albans Road, WD24 4AS. Opening on Friday the 14th of October. Opening offer, buy one scoop and get the second free. Unique, authentic, natural flavours in ice cream, sundaes, shakes and hot desserts. That's Scoop Herb in Watford.
11plusteacher.co.uk offers 11 plus tuitions and 11 plus mock exams, face-to-face and online. WhatsApp 07835 929 287 or visit 11plusteacher.co.uk.
The time when you were on a diet, but the kheer was served, so you had to try it. And you licked the spoon too after the last bite. That's why we do it. When your wife and you had a fight and you made prawn rice that night, did she just say, "Sorry honey, you were right"? That's why we do it. Every time you take the first bite of pulao, biryani or jeera rice, you can't help but shut your eyes, and that's why we do it. Elevate your feasts with Tilda this festive season.
Karma Lounge Uxbridge presents lavish Diwali dinner and dance on 22nd and 29th of October from 6 p.m. Welcome drinks with 3-course meal in an elegant party setup. Dance the night away to Hollywood and Bollywood tunes with our renowned DJ. Adults just £35 and kids up to 10 years just £15. Celebrate Diwali with friends and family at Karma Lounge, High Street, Cowley, Uxbridge, UB8. Call 0203 468 6555. Celebrate Diwali together.
Have a prosperous Diwali and Dhanteras this year. Buy gold coins from the Gold Bank and invest in gold to make the festive season sparkle. 0203 500 1111. Goldbank.co.uk.
This is Velissa from the Like a Breakfast Show, and on Saturday the 22nd of October, I'll be at Sira Cash & Carry in Hayes to celebrate Diwali with live music on the day. They have some amazing Diwali offers in store from the 15th of October to the 24th of October, and on the day, for every customer that walks in, they will receive a free gift. T's and C's apply. So join me on Saturday the 22nd of October at Sira Cash & Carry, Umrit House, Springfield Road, Hayes, and grab your Diwali gift on the day.
Get to know your favourite presenters on Leica Radio and Leica Gold. Download the new Leica Radio mobile app with Leica Radio and Leica Gold streaming live now. The personalities that matter with Keith Vaz on Talking Points.
Leica Radio.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio, and I'm talking to Anisha Vasani, the creative director of Anisha Vasani Creates, AVC, which is involved in luxury wedding planning and also social influencing. Anisha, let's talk about your experience as a media person. How important now is the digital world?
It's absolutely paramount now. I think no brand or business can sustain themselves if they are not on social media. It's almost like literally become the replacement of websites now. You know, any couples or anybody that's going to look at your services or your products or your brand will now immediately go over onto Instagram and onto TikTok, on social media platforms and Facebook to, you know, actually have a look at your brand profile. So it is absolutely crucial. You know, your social media now basically represents your identity, your business and your brand.
So now come clean with the listeners of Leica Radio. I spend probably an hour when I wake up in the morning on TikTok and an hour before I go to sleep, which is of course why I can't sleep at night. Tell us how long you spend on social media every day. Be honest, tell us the truth.
Well, because my work involves me being on social media. You know, I manage a lot of my brands. It's seen as work as well, Keith. So I spend a lot of, I wouldn't say 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening for sure, and then 2-3 hours a day. So anything between 4 to 5 hours a day I need to do, because I work a lot, very closely with my brands, creative campaigns, their branding, their photo shoot, and then, you know, literally working out the marketing strategy with my social media team on how they can then market themselves on social media. So that includes uploading, the hashtags, the Insta stories. There's so many different details. And it's not just Instagram, there's TikTok, you know, there's LinkedIn, there's Facebook, there's all these various platforms. So we are on there all the time and making sure we're on top of the trends, the hashtags, the reels, and uploading at the right time. Timing is everything as well, of what time you actually upload a post, and to make sure you're generating at the right engagement time.
Now, you're enthusiastic, you're positive about social media. You realise the power of Facebook, TikTok now, of course, and Twitter and Instagram. But there is a dark side to the media, isn't there? Because you can post anonymously and because you can post 24 hours a day in some part of the world, you can say some pretty nasty things. I mean, I'm a big fan, I have to tell you, of Meghan Markle. I think she's been treated pretty badly by the media in general. But there are some very nasty things on social media. You know, you can get stuff out of newspapers by threatening legal proceedings, whatever. But it's quite difficult to get things out of the dark media, isn't it?
It is, and it can have negative effects as well as positive impact at the same time. And, you know, we've experienced it with trolls on social media all the time. They'll come on and, you know, say nasty things and leave nasty comments. And that is unfortunately the negative part of social media. But you've just got to always remember, you know, you can't take it personally. You've got to be very thick-skinned in our industry. You know, even when I was a magazine editor, lots of readers will write into me and email me saying, oh, I can't believe you wrote about that, or you showed a model, you know, hardly clothed. So everything is always going to have repercussions, unfortunately. And trolling is one of the negative impacts for sure on social media that can really affect everyone in terms of mental health, emotionally, physically, can have a really strong impact on you. So, you know, I always say to my clients, make sure you have a balance. Make sure you're not spending the whole day and taking everything so personally.
For a young person who wants to get into what we now call, of course, the creative industries, in the past, the creative industries included film and television and the creation of video games. It's now social media, isn't it? This is the creative industry. And they want to become, for example, an influencer, and they're not called Beckham. What are the top 3 steps that you have to take to become a social influencer if you're not a Beckham?
I think you've got to be relevant. You've got to be providing something that is going to be relatable to your audience, something that's going to be engaging and relevant. So if you are known for cooking, and cooking is something, you know, what are you going to do to stand out to be different and relevant from all the other master chefs or anybody that's just doing this on the side or creating healthy recipes? What is going to be your unique selling point? So think about something that's going to be unique but relevant at the same time and engaging and relatable to your audience.
Anisha Vasani, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I feel I need to get married again to my wife, of course. you should have been doing my wedding. I mean,
do
they
that.
lost
We've
my
had it, yeah.
wife's wedding dress, and then we were going to Goa for our honeymoon, and Air India went on strike, so we had to go via Paris. And when we landed in Goa, we were told that there was a vote on Maastricht, and I was ordered to come back. How's that for a honeymoon? Would you have been able to avoid all of that? Can you stop strikes?
I would have avoided it. We always have a solution.
Now, we always ask...
Always have a solution.
We always ask our special guests to choose a song that means something to them and to dedicate it to someone who is very special to them. Which song would you like to choose, and to whom would you like to dedicate it?
Oh, well, the song that I've absolutely been loving this year, because a hopeless romantic and Bollywood couple got married, Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt. So I love that they came and reunited on the screen together. So I'm going to go for Kesariya from the movie Brahmastra, and I would love to dedicate that to all my loved ones that have really supported me on this career journey, so to my family and friends.
Anisha Vasani, thank you for joining us. I hope you have a great wedding-free Sunday.
Thank you so much, Keith. It's been a pleasure being on your show, and thank you to all the Leica radio listeners.
Let's hear Anisha Vasani's
इतना बताए कोई कैसे तुझसे दिल ना लगाए कोई रब्बा ने तुझको बनाने में कर दी है हुस्न की खाली तिजोरियां काजल की सियाही से लिखी है तूने जाने कितनों की लव स्टोरियां केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया रंग जाऊं जो मैं हाथ लगाऊं दिन बीते सारा तेरी फिक्र में रैन सारी तेरी खैर मनाऊं केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया रंग जाऊं जो मैं हाथ लगाऊं दिन बीते सारा तेरी फिक्र में रैन सारी तेरी खैर मनाऊं पतझड़ के मौसम में भी रंगी चनारों जैसी झनके सन्नाटों में तू वीणा के तारों जैसी सदियों से भी लंबी ये मन की अमावस्या है और तू फुलझड़ियों वाले त्योहारों जैसी चंदा भी दीवाना है तेरा जलती है तुझसे सारी चकोरियां काजल की सियाही से लिखी है तूने जाने कितनों की लव स्टोरियां केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया रंग जाऊं जो मैं हाथ लगाऊं दिन बीते सारा तेरी फिक्र में रैन सारी तेरी खैर मनाऊं केसरिया तेरा इश्क है पिया रंग जाऊं जो मैं हाथ लगाऊं दिन बीते सारा तेरी फिक्र में
on Talking Points. Leica.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. My special guest on the programme today is Meera Majetia, a branding and communications expert who is now also working as a qualified human design coach, having completed her graduation in management studies and post-graduation in journalism. Meera has worked as a news magazine editor, a PR manager, a radio presenter, a wedding planner, and now a mentor for budding female entrepreneurs. At a personal level, Meera has a strong interest in community events and organises one of the largest Hindu Navratri celebration, Leicester, which welcomes over 10,000 people over 9 days. Let's go over to Leicester and join Meera Majetia. Good morning, Meera.
Morning, Keith.
I have to start by asking you about the Navratri festival. Your little feet must be totally exhausted after all that dancing and all that walking. How did it go?
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie. I think I definitely got in my steps during the Navratri festival. But for us, it went extremely well. You know, we were actually sold out every night for the first night. So literally at full capacity, we had so many people calling and texting for tickets. And it was just so great to see like the city buzzing again with Navratri, of course, after having had a break during COVID. So it just felt great to be back.
I noticed recently that there was an event in India which broke the Guinness Book of Records with a number of people who are doing a Ras and Garba. Have you ever thought of doing an event of that kind in order to break a few Guinness Book of Records?
Oh, gosh, I don't think it's anything we've actually thought about, but I would love to be able to facilitate something like that. That would be incredible. If not for the records, then, you know, just for fun, because I think actually the people in Leicester would love it and take up that challenge for sure.
Now, you've got the role of a human design coach. It's a role that I've never heard about in the past. I've heard of people designing robots, but never humans. Tell us a little bit more about what that means.
Yeah, so it might be a little bit misleading with the title, but what I do as a human design coach is I work predominantly with female entrepreneurs, and obviously some men as well, but predominantly it is females, to help them grow their businesses, but utilizing their energetic blueprint. So what that essentially means is connecting with who you are at your true soul level before you've been kind of conditioned by society, and then just using that unique energy that you have within to really grow your business and really just flourish both, you know, in your professional and personal life.
Meera, we're increasingly seeing women emerging on the professional scene in every sphere of life, but it still feels that there are not enough women in the major positions of power and influence in this country, even though, of course, we've now got our third woman prime minister. What gaps do you think exist specifically for ethnic minority women?
I think if I think about that from a personal level, I have a lot of friends, colleagues, family members who are all, you know, extremely bright. They've held really like high positions with the work that they've been doing. But once they have a family or they have their first child, it can often be quite scary when they think about going back into the workplace, because for many of them, you know, there's that fear of, am I going to be able to A, get my job back, you know, be at the level that it was? How will I survive, you know, with looking after my family and having a job? And I think it's sad that in this day and age, like, women just don't have as much support as they possibly should or could when it comes to balancing both their career and their family life.
Now, when it comes to dealing with gender stereotypes, how important is it not only to educate women, but also men?
I think it's extremely important. I think, you know, when we just think about a typical household from an ethnic minority, you know, men and women are living together, and it's actually the role of both the father and the mother to look after and educate the children. And if they're both educated, then it will help them raise their children in the right manner. If I think about my own personal experience and, you know, all of the things that my family have enabled me to do, both professionally and personally, it's because of this education. So I think it's extremely important.
This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm having a fascinating conversation with Meera Majetia, a qualified human design coach. Join me after the break.
Leica Radio.
Flight updates are brought to you by TravelUp.com. Flights, hotels and holidays.
Let's go for a flight update. all flights are as scheduled, but please check with your flight operators before heading to the airport.
Flight updates were brought to you by TravelUp.com. Lowest prices are guaranteed only when you book directly through TravelUp.com. Call 0207 580 5000.
Leica Radio.
Traffic and travel.
I'm Michael Page. In West London, it's still looking very busy on the M4 Heathrow spur heading into the airport, and the M4 heading to town is still looking a little bit slow approaching the Ray section between junction 3 and 1, where it's still down to one lane for the ongoing works. The same works means it's also busy heading out of town on the A4 Great West Road in Chiswick, approaching the Sutton Court Road junction, where it's still down to one lane. In South East London at Lee, the South Circular is looking busy both ways approaching the Baring Road junction, and Baring Road southbound remains closed because of the ongoing water main work. And on the tubes, vandalism means that the District Line has severe delays between Upminster and Barking. And that's the latest traffic and travel.
Did he just catch a rocket?
He caught a rocket.
Stop the trailer! He just caught a rocket! Black Adam just caught a rocket, Sergey! Wow! Exactly! It has to be seen on the big screen! To the cinema! Get 2-for-1 cinema tickets every Tuesday or Wednesday only with Compare the Market. Black Adam in cinemas October 21st. With a qualifying product, 1 membership a year, participating cinemas, 2 standard tickets only, cheapest free. T's and C's apply.
This is Leica Radio.
Try Caratino Better Ghee, the healthier, low-cost, cholesterol-free butter ghee alternative. Caratino Better Ghee. Available at Tesco, Asda, Morrison's and local grocery stores.
Wow! अटला स्वादिष्ट मठिया ने घुघरा सो घरे बना दिया? No, I got them from Shayona. तो आ मिठाई अने फरसाण पण शायोनानी हसे. Very tasty.
This festive season, get all you need. Gugra, farsan or your huge variety of mouth-watering mithai from Shayona. At Sri Swaminarayan Mandir, Neasden, Pinner Road, Harrow, Ealing Road and Preston Road, Wembley, Broughton, Milton Keynes and Dunstable, Luton, or buy online from shayonauk.com.
Bollywood's iconic film, Disco Dancer, comes alive on stage.
I am a disco dancer.
Take yourself back to the disco era of the 80s with live singing, retro costumes, elaborate dance sequences and English dialogues. November 16th to the 20th at Sadler's Wells Theatre, London. Book your tickets now at sadlerswells.com. Exclusive radio partner, Leica Radio and Leica Gold.
सब जरूरतों में साथ निभाए जैसे
सेटको माइक्रोवेव फूड कंटेनर्स
हर मौके पर काम ये आए घर घर खुशियां लाए
जहां जिंदगी वहां सेटको माइक्रोवेव फूड कंटेनर्स
Food lovers, are you ready for the 7th Asian Food and Restaurant Awards? Taking place on Monday the 5th of December at the Montcalm Hotel, Marble Arch. It's time to nominate your favourite restaurant, catering and food brand. Nominate now at samarap.org or call 07850 742 143. Radio partners Leica Radio and Leica Gold. Brought to you by Samara Events UK.
Hello, Watford! Scoop Herb is coming to Watford, 178 St Albans Road, WD24 4AS. Opening on Friday the 14th of October. Opening offer, buy one scoop and get the second free. Unique, authentic, natural flavours in ice cream, sundaes, shakes and hot desserts. That's Scoop Herb in Watford.
Encyclomedia and Lashari Films bring you The Legend of Mola Jat.
एक बेले च दो शेर नहीं रह सकते एक जागीर च दो बब्बर शेर नहीं रह सकते
Featuring Fawad Khan as the legendary Mola Jat with Mahira Khan, Hamza Ali Abbasi and Humaima Malik. Directed by Bilal Lashari. Watch The Legend of Mola Jat in cinemas from October 13th. A moviegoer's entertainment release.
Leica Mobile is offering great discounts on their current plans. There's a whopping 50% off on selected great value plans for the first 3 months with your online orders. Lots of data with additional data bonuses on auto renewals to share the moments that matter to you with your loved ones. With unlimited UK calls, texts and 100 international minutes to India and 40 other countries. Stay connected with high quality coverage and EU roaming included. Try Leica today and connect your world. Visit leicamobile.co.uk and grab one of our amazing plans with 50% off today. T's and C's apply.
Jay's Entertainment पेश करे छे अपना टाइम आएगा एक गुजराती लाफ्टर रोलर कोस्टर starring Feroz Bhagat, Apra Mehta, Kinjal Bhatt, Prithvi Pancholi and many others at Hatchend High School, Harrow, HA36NR. Saturday 29th of October from 7 p.m. Tickets मारे आज ही फोन करो Mehul Patel ने on 07812201171 या अनीसा ने on 07958555647. Tickets are £20 per person. First come, first seat basis. Kanke, apna time aayega.
Sira Cash and Carry. Celebrate Diwali in style with Sira Cash and Carry, Amrit House, Hayes. Royals Gulab Jamun, Chum Chum, Almond Halwa, Rasgulla, Kala Jamun, Pista Kheer, all 2 for £5. Rasmalai and Gajar Halwa, 2 for £6. Diwali shopping must be at Sira Cash and Carry, Amrit House, Springfield Road, Hayes. Call 0208 569 112. And many more offers in store with ample car parking.
Sira Cash and Carry. Amrit House. Springfield Road, Hayes.
Diwali in Luton. The Festival of Light in association with the Mall Luton and Leica Radio returns on Friday the 21st of October, 3 p.m. until 10 p.m. and Saturday 12 p.m. at St George's Square in Luton. Come and celebrate with great music, dance acts, funfair rides culminating in a fireworks finale on Saturday. The event will be hosted by Leica Goals Garjal with live performances from The Voice Kids UK, Adya Rajwanshi, Signature, Rubik's and headlining showstopper Juggy D. Free admission. For more information and stall bookings, visit diwaliinluton.co.uk or telephone 07437 190 913.
Talking Points with Keith Vaz, celebrating diversity. Leica, London.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm talking to Mira Majithia, a branding and communications expert who is now working as a qualified human design coach for budding female entrepreneurs. Mira, from a background in journalism and communications, you switched careers into more community-driven roles. Why did you do that? What was the motivation behind doing that?
I think I always wanted to have a job or a role where I could help people on a wider scale. And, while working in the media was great fun, I found that I was able to help people on a slightly different capacity through these other more community-led roles. And hence that was the reason for the switch.
They say that you never say never. What do you think is next in your very adventurous career? Do you plan this or does it just happen?
I promise you I do not plan any of this. I think things just naturally happen and progress. There's no major plans as such. Like I said, I don't plan anything. I'm really enjoying the fulfillment that I'm getting from working with women currently as a human design coach. But I do know that if I could do something else, I definitely wouldn't rule out going back to study. I think there's so many opportunities and things to learn, and I would just, love to be able to do that.
You're a role model for people who are basically worried about switching careers and starting over again. What's your message to people who are about to do this, who are nervous and worried about change in their lives? Do you think that they should do this? Who did you talk to before you made that crucial decision? Or do you think people should just take the plunge? Very, very few people, of course, have a plan B.
Yes, of course. And, like when I was making these huge decisions, actually finding human design was really important to me because it was almost like getting this internal validation that I felt I required when I was, moving along or changing career paths. So I think working with a coach is definitely useful. But I would just say if it's something that you're considering, just go for it because you're more likely to regret the things that you didn't do than the things that you did. And sometimes it is going to depend on your personal circumstances. So, not everyone can afford to just, jump into a different career. But I would say test the waters, see how things are going, have a side hustle if you need while you still figure out what you want to do. But just give it a go because you never know, until you do it.
Finally, it's quite difficult. I know, because there are so many amazing role models in the world, female role models, giants, who have impressed you. Who do you think, if they said to you, Mira, you can have dinner with any female role model in the world, who would you choose to have dinner with tonight?
Oh, that is such a difficult question. So many choices. If you'd asked me this a couple of months ago, I definitely would say, our late Queen, because I think the way that, she actually did her role, or, the way that she lived her life, it was just, incredible to watch. So I think definitely her, because there'd just be so much to learn, so much advice. And I was just such a big fan. So I think she would be my choice.
Miriam Adjithia, human design coach with a range of careers that actually could take people several lives to complete. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and I hope you continue to do some amazing things with your life, not least being the Navratri celebrations in Leicester. Thank you for joining us on Leica Radio today, and enjoy your Sunday.
Thank you so much, Keith. Thank you for having me on, and of course, best wishes to all of the Leica Radio listeners.
गोरे मुखड़े पे काला काला दिल तेरियां अदावां मेरा लुट लिया दिल है मेरा बड़ी मुश्किल में आके बेबी मैनू कल्ली किते मिल गोरे मुखड़े पे काला काला दिल तेरियां अदावां मेरा लुट लिया दिल है मेरा बड़ी मुश्किल में आके बेबी मैनू कल्ली किते मिल ओ मेरी प्रीतो बस मुझे जीतो ओ मेरी प्रीतो सुन जीतो ये हाल जो है मेरा हाल ऐसा है क्यों क्योंकि मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा ओ ओ ओ पुराना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा ओ ओ ओ पुराना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा जाने जाना मेरी जाने मन बॉडी तेरी लगे लाइक अ डायमंड वन इन अ मिलियन बेबी गर्ल देखो तुझे तो मेरा निकले है दम जाने जाना मेरी जाने मन बॉडी तेरी लगे लाइक अ डायमंड वन इन अ मिलियन बेबी गर्ल देखो तुझे तो मेरा निकले है दम मेरी प्रीतो बस मुझे जीतो ओ मेरी प्रीतो सुन जीतो ये हाल जो है मेरा हाल ऐसा है क्यों क्योंकि मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा ओ ओ पुराना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा ओ ओ पुराना तेरा मैं दीवाना तेरा
Keith Vaz on Talking Points. Leica.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. There are 1.4 million members of the Hindu community living in the UK who will be celebrating Diwali with friends and family in the next few days. My final guest on the program is Meena Om. She's a primary school teacher for more than 10 years and has been practicing meditation and mindfulness for over 15 years. Last year during lockdown, she started Black Lotus meditation sessions for younger adults and youth to help them with mental health issues, and she is talking to us as a representative of the Black Lotus group. Welcome, Meena, from North London. Of course, you are an old friend of Leica Radio and Talking Points. You've been on quite a few times, so welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to be back on.
Now, Diwali is a wonderful time, a time for people to visit temples, to donate to worthwhile charities, to be with families and friends. But do you think it's also a stressful time for families? And how should families prepare for the excitement and the stress of Diwali?
So I personally think that the women go through a lot more stress because we are held most of the time responsible for the cooking. So I'm only kidding. But, it's like any celebration throughout the year, whether it's Diwali or Christmas, both men and women may feel stress, the loneliness as well at times because they might miss their loved ones. They might be, across the planet, or it could be a time where you actually remember your lost loved ones. And it's one of those things where you'd like for them to be with you. And so that can be quite upsetting, not having your grandparents or mother or father. And my sort of advice to people and something that, you can put out there is some gratitude, being grateful for those departed souls, sending them love and sending them gratitude and just saying thank you for all the times that they were there for you, whatever they may have done. And if it's something that you want to donate to the temples or any charity, just in the remembrance of their name, that's something that just makes you feel good about yourself as well. And I'm sure they'll be sending their blessings from above.
Now, during Diwali, of course, is also an opportunity to meditate, isn't it? To understand the spiritual nature. Rather like Christmas, people talk about the spiritual nature disappearing. We had the switching on of the Diwali lights last Sunday in Leicester, so there's a lot of commercial activity around this. How do we keep as a central theme of spirituality? What is the best way for people to do this personally in their own homes as they reflect on the crucially important time that Diwali is?
So I think it's really important to remember what actually Diwali means. So it's a festival symbolizes the victory of light over darkness. So it's referring to the light within us. So we have that spark of positivity that defeats the negative thoughts that ponder in our heads. Therefore, with continuous practice of mindfulness throughout our day, as well as mindfulness meditations, which obviously are available on the Black Lotus app, we can get better at defeating that darkness by dropping negative thoughts and going back to what we were doing. It's very important to be there in the present moment because we get so lost and caught up in our thoughts. So an important message for everyone, really. So to rise above the darkness, you have to learn to be mindful of your thoughts. Those thoughts, they're only empty unless you action them or do something about those thoughts. Otherwise, they have no meaning. But that's my advice, combining spirituality, meditation, what you can do, not just on Diwali, but it's something that you should be practiced every day. I've been using the Black Lotus app for years now, and, it's all about practice. It doesn't happen overnight.
So why don't you take us through just one moment of meditation before we end the program and continue with our very busy Sunday? Take us through one element of this.
If everybody who's listening now, if you can just stop for 1 minute, take a seat comfortably wherever you can, somewhere quiet, close your eyes, and we're going to do a gratitude meditation where we will be sending gratitude to our loved ones. We are thankful to have our family with us during this lovely occasion. We are very grateful for our health, that we have good health. We are grateful for our loved ones who used to be with us one day and who now have departed. We send them many thanks. We send them love and we send them light. We are thankful for the food, all the delicious food that we'll be having during Diwali. We are thankful for the roof over our heads. Let's be thankful for all the lovely garments that we will be wearing during Diwali. It's all about gratitude. It's all about understanding what we are blessed with. We have so much that we can be thankful for today and tomorrow and for many days going forward. So please show your appreciation to your loved ones, your friends, your neighbours, even strangers. Thank you.
Meena, it's been, as usual, a pleasure having you on Talking Points. You bring a lot of peace and tranquility to the airways as we move towards the 10 o'clock news. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Keith, for having me on Talking Points.
London's biggest Asian hit, like a radio.
The one thing COVID did give us, digital transformation. If you're serious about digital growth and would like a tactical approach to your digital marketing, then remember the name Harty Hanks. With over 20 years experience and a proven track record, we have the talent and know-how to deliver online success. Harty Hanks, experts in consultancy, branding, design, e-commerce, search and social. Call Harty Hanks today on 020 8827 1600 or visit hhdigital.uk. Harty Hanks, your partners for digital success.
Grace Entertainment presents the Rewind Tour, featuring 90s superstar singers Kumar Sanu,
चुरा के दिल मेरा गोरियां चली
Alka Yagnik, and Udit Narayan. 28th of October, Utility Arena, Birmingham. 29th of October, First Direct Arena, Leeds. And 30th of October, The Over Arena, Wembley. Tickets available from Ticket Factory, Ticketmaster, AXS and Videorama. Powered by Dairy Valley, exclusive radio partner, Leica Radio and Leica Gold.
समधन जी, बारातियों को हमारा खाना तो पसंद आया ना?
समधी जी, खाना तो अच्छा ही था, लेकिन उसके बाद आपने जो मुखवास परोसे, वाह जी वाह।
ये सब तो जैमिन के मुखवास हैं। ठंडा मीठा पान, हिंगोली, अनारदाना गोली, मीठा आंवला, पाचक अदरक, पुदीना वटी, सब मेरी बेटी की चॉइस है।
मेरा बेटा भी तो आपकी बेटी की ही चॉइस है ना। जैमिन के अचार, जैमिन के पापड़, जैमिन के मुखवास।
Anuj Chopra Foundation proudly presents from Indian TV's musical talent shows two sensational singers, Nachiket Lele and Priyanshi Srivastav, live in concert accompanied by Bollywood band. Don't miss out on this one night only event, Sunday 13th of November at the Queen's Theatre in Romford. For box office, call 01708 443 333 or visit queens-theatre.co.uk. Tickets £40. The show starts at 6 p.m.
Bollywood's iconic film, Disco Dancer, comes alive on stage.
I am a disco dancer.
Take yourself back to the disco era of the 80s with live singing, retro costumes, elaborate dance sequences and English dialogues. November 16th to the 20th at Sadler's Wells Theatre, London. Book your tickets now at sadlerswells.com. Exclusive radio partner, Leica Radio and Leica Gold.
Get your fireworks this Diwali. Buy one, get one free from Om Cash and Carry. Unit D1, Braintree Industrial Estate, Ruislip. Happy Diwali from Om Cash and Carry.
Haldiram wishes you a very happy Diwali and brings you the most loved Indian sweets which are freshly made in UK. Now order your favorite Haldiram products online only on haldiramuk.com. Also available at your local Asian store at super special prices. Quality Foods का स्पेशल तिल्डा बासमती ऑफर। क्वालिटी फूड्स में इस दिवाली में पेश करते हैं स्पेशल ऑफर्स। 20 kg तिल्डा प्योर बासमती और 20 kg तिल्डा ग्रैंड एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती के साथ एक आमंड पैक बिल्कुल फ्री। ये ऑफर स्टॉक रहने तक है, सो जल्दी कीजिए। तशरीफ लाइए और तिल्डा प्योर बासमती और तिल्डा ग्रैंड एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती के स्पेशल ऑफर का लाभ उठाइए। तिल्डा और क्वालिटी फूड्स की तरफ से सबको हैप्पी दिवाली।
Himalaya Carpet's biggest ever sale on flooring ever done, with carpets starting from $3.99 per square metre. All roll stock reduced by 30%. All room size remnants with 70% off. Wooden flooring reduced. Every carpet, vinyl, laminate, flooring, everything is reduced for 1 week only, with branches at Southall, Slough and Hounslow.
Himalayan carpets for low prices. Himalayan carpets. Sierra Cash and Carry.
Celebrate Diwali in style with Sierra Cash and Carry, Amrit House, Hayes. Special deals on a wide range of Diwali and household items. Almonds, pure butter ghee, dal, masala, besan, oil, diyas, assorted savouries, fruit, fresh jalebi, banjiri and mithai from India. And many more offers in store with ample car parking. Diwali shopping must be at Sierra Cash and Carry, Amrit House, Springfield Road, Hayes. Call 0208 569 1112.
Sierra Cash and Carry. Amrit House. Springfield Road, Hayes.
The personalities that matter with Keith Vaz on Talking Points.
Leica Radio.
That's it for this week. Time's up. My thanks to Anisha Vasani, Mira Majithia and Meena Om. Special thanks to my researcher Jemit, producer Rupi and my editor Adam. To end today's program, we'll be listening to a Big B special, Chuma Chuma, which has had more than 55 million views on YouTube. Of all his songs, this is my favourite. Please stay tuned to Leica Radio, Britain's greatest Asian radio station. This has been Talking Points on Leica Radio with Keith Vaz, broadcasting from London. I hope you have a great Sunday.
Hey! जुम्मा जुम्मा दे दे जुम्मा जुम्मा दे दे जुम्मा 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 दे दे जुम्मा जुम्मा दे दे जुम्मा जुम्मे के दिन किया जुम्मे का वादा जुम्मे को तोड़ दिया जुम्मे का वादा ले आ गया और फिर जुम्मा 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 दे दे जुम्मा
जुम्मा जुम्मा ना दे जुम्मा जुम्मा ना दे जुम्मा जुम्मे के दिन किया जुम्मे का वादा जुम्मे को तोड़ दिया जुम्मे का वादा कर खाजा जुम्मे जमा जुम्मा जुम्मा दे जुम्मा जुम्मा ना दे जुम्मा
जुम्मा जुम्मा दे दे जुम्मा